Hey everybody, what's up? This is Summer, lactation consultant here with Done Naturally, and today we are talking about weaning. So you are getting into the maturity of your lactation and interested in learning about what weaning looks like. Maybe you're even interested in breastfeeding beyond your ultimate original goal and want to see what it might be like. Is it different than when you were nursing your younger baby? Do you have to keep pumping? How do you do the food thing too? There's a lot of questions. So I'm going to attempt to answer some of those for you guys. So as you may have seen in some of my other videos, the American Academy of Pediatrics and the World Health Organization recommend a minimum of 1 to 2 years of breastfeeding, that the first 6 months are exclusive. So nothing else except breast milk for those babies in the first 6 months. And then after 6 months and beyond, then they're playing with food. For the entire first year of the baby's life, breast milk is their main source of nutrition. So as we get closer to that 1 year, they could very well still be breastfeeding, but it will look a lot different and there'll be a lot less in comparison to the foods that they're eating. Because the closer they get to 1, they get so excited about food and they're very interested and they want to eat a lot. And breastfeeding is going to take a different kind of role. It might just be around bedtimes and nap times and not much in between. One of the big questions I get with working mothers is, when can I be done pumping? So I don't know many mothers that just love pumping. Most of the time it's a love-hate relationship, so they're glad to do it and happy it extended their breastfeeding while they were at work. But they can't wait to get rid of that pump and have some sort of like fire ceremony, I've heard people say. So anyway, when can you be done pumping? So for most working mothers, they can stop pumping during their workday around that 1 year mark, and continue to breastfeed when they're home with the baby. So that might be nighttime, weekends, on the shifts you're home. You can still breastfeed your baby, but not have to pump during work. Doesn't that sound awesome? A lot of mothers get really excited for that time. So when we are talking about how to wean from pumping, that's the big question. And that's going to be different for everybody because moms are getting different amounts of milk. We have some higher supplies, some lower supplies, some mediocre supplies. And we all know that between 6 and 12 months, our supply naturally changes too, in that video above. So take a peek at that one. But a suggestion from a lactation consultant is going to be different depending on the situation between mom and baby and her supply and how far into breastfeeding we are. So that weaning from pumping, a lot of times moms want to be done by 1 with pumping at the workday, or they might start at that 1 year mark weaning from their pumping. Anytime we're weaning from pumping, we want to go slow enough that we don't put her at risk for mastitis or plugs or a lot of discomfort. So we move slowly. I'm not a fan of just dropping an entire pump. I think that is harder for our body to understand that signal, and I like it a little more gentle. So a lot of times when I'm talking to families, I talk about reducing the minutes that you're pumping. So if a mother is pumping for 15 minutes, as a general rule for her work sessions, and that might be 9, 12, and 3, which is a common pumping time for you moms, she might pump for 12 or 13 minutes for all of those pump sessions. And then the other key is not making the change too quick. So she would stay at 12 or 13 minute pump sessions for 3 to 5 days. And then after that, move to 10 to 11 minutes. Do that for 3 to 5 days and then move down a couple of minutes and just continue like that, slowly telling the body to taper down. Some moms are gonna have to only make changes once a week. Some of my moms that make loads of milk still at 1 year, we have to move a lot slower. Sometimes we will take the least favorite pump and wean that one down first before we touch the others. For some moms, they don't mind pumping a little bit during work, but they'd like to not have to do it all the time. They might want to continue to offer sippy cup milk or just have milk on hand for the extension of breast milk exposure or through another illness or another COVID season or anything. So again, different for anybody. different for everybody, but the important thing is moving slow enough that we don't put her at risk for extreme discomfort, plugs, and mastitis. Another thing that I tell moms when we're talking about slowly weaning with pumping is to expect moody breasts, but not angry ones. So when you have a really angry breast, it's gonna be really red, really hard, like just so uncomfortable you can't think about anything else. That's not ideal. So in that case, you're gonna talk with the person you're making the plan with and maybe not necessarily ramp up pumping, but just do some extra comfort measures or comfort expression, either with the pump or with your hand. But moody is okay. Like your breast can be a little tender and feeling a little full, but not angry. So I hope that helps you understand kind of how we move through that. But it's definitely something that most mothers will do at that 1 year mark is wean off of pumping. And for a lot of moms, that's exciting because the part that they love about breastfeeding is when they come home from work or on those weekends when they really get to snuggle and hang out with the baby. And then there's a great amount of freedom in being able to be done pumping at work. So it becomes a lot less burdensome and you get to just really enjoy it. There is really no pressure to perform milk volume wise post 1 year. And the closer you get, like between 9 and 12 months, the pressure to perform with how much milk you're collecting also goes down. And I want to talk about that in my next weaning video that we're going to do. So basically what we said today was by 1 year old, you can be done pumping at work and you need a specific plan, which will be different for everybody, but you basically don't want to make changes except every 3 to 5 days. Some moms can only make a change once a week. And you drop a couple of minutes off each pump. Some moms might need to move slower, like 1 minute, or some moms might be able to move faster. But it is definitely doable, and then you can continue to breastfeed if you like, and just do it when you're home with the baby and no longer at work. So that might sound exciting for you, and that might be next on your plan. So congratulations on making it as far as you have, and I hope this helped. Give me a thumbs up if you liked, subscribe, and I will check you out another day. See you guys.